To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
News team, assemble!
Joining us live, because if you want to know anything about the Outer Banks, Sam Walker's the dude to fill you in.
The sea was angry that day, my friends. Like an old man trying to send back soup in the deli.
Always appreciate talking.
Always good stuff with Sam Walker in the Outer Banks.
Now here's Les Nesmith and the news.
And good morning, everyone. It is OBX Today for the 11th of October, 2021. I'm Sam Walker, back with you on a manic Monday, a messy Monday, to say the least. If you've been watching our live shots from Kerala and Avon and Hatteras this morning, it's just continuing to be a mess out there as we got this pesky low that just does not want to leave us at all. And looks like it's going to be around at least until, say, tomorrow. Things should start to calm down, though, wind-wise tonight and into tomorrow. But it's still going to be blowing onshore, so we're going to be dealing with some of this onshore flow and waves and such as we get through today and into tomorrow. The weather has already suspended operations for the Hatteras Ocracoke Ferry today. They have suspended their operations this morning because of the winds. No word yet on when they're going to get back out, get things running this morning. But they are not running currently the Hatteras Inlet. That's Hatteras to Ocracoke Ferry this morning because of the weather. Haven't seen anything yet. Let's see. We've checked with the Ferry Division on their Twitter account. In fact, you know what? We can pull that up for you because one thing that's cool is that the Ferry Division has a really good Twitter account. If you don't follow them, you need to. NC Ferry Hatteras on Twitter is a very good follow to keep up with what's going on as far as their operations live, essentially. And the Ferry Division, in fact, has ferry Twitter account set up for all of their ferry routes. So let's see if we can check the Pamlico Sound route this morning, see what's going on there. That's, of course, the Ocracoke, Cedar Island, Ocracoke, Swan Quarter. They're currently running right now. They might be on a reduced schedule. No, it looks like they're going to be running on their normal schedule this morning so far. But Hatteras Ocracoke route is currently suspended. And that's because we've got this low that's out there. First off, let's start with what's happening with the tropics. Here's the 5-day outlook from the National Hurricane Center. Here's our little disturbance that as of 2 a.m. You know what? Let me refresh that. We'll have the 8 a.m. 5-day should have come across by now. Yep, there it is. Back. It's gone. Our little lemon head that was off the coast. No longer any potential for a tropical development. That system has been interacting for really the last couple of days with this slow-moving front and low pressure that was over the deep south. It's been bringing all the rain down in Alabama. The flooding rains down in the deep south. That is interacting with that. It has lost all potential becoming anything tropical. But we do have two areas to watch, and we'll talk about those in just a little bit. What we got going on with our system right now, and you're seeing it's the coastal sections all the way up to New England, under cloud cover, then all the way down to the South Carolina border this morning, and that's because of this little system that's just kind of spinning around out there. Latest radar. Let me get my radar image up here, and you can actually see the rotation with this system out there, and spinning these little showers these coastal showers onshore. Had a little bit of heavier rain up in various parts of the area so far this morning. You can see where the showers are right now along the middle of Hatteras Island, and then back down over the Core Banks and towards Morehead City and Cape Carteret County. Heavier showers there. Had some heavier rain actually up in north into Currituck this morning, spinning onshore. And that's going to continue. It looks like just these spotty showers are going to continue to come onshore with this system. The National Weather Service office in Newport Morehead City has issued a coastal flood advisory for today that's going to be in effect until 3 o'clock. Actually starts now until 3 o'clock. High tide today is right around noon to 1 o'clock. And we're going to get a little bit more of some minor just really, it's going to be very minor conditions in terms of any overwash potential today. We're just seeing we've got the 1 to 2 feet above ground level because of the onshore flow. We do have the higher tides because of the king tide going on. That's because of the new moon. That's why we've seen it. We had a little bit of overwash yesterday along Hatteras Island. The motels as you come into Buxton, they had some water run through. Nothing major. And then nothing we've seen come over the dunes. Let's see. I can get the latest image. Here's how things look at the canal zone. That's the area just to the south of the Bass Knife Bridge and Oregon Inlet. A little bit of water here, standing water. That's mostly just water that's come over. That's from rainwater from the last couple of days. Nice shot there this morning from the Bonner Pier. A couple people out fishing this morning, the Bass Knife Bridge. And here's how things looked at Merlot Beach. Oh, that's Moyock, actually. You can see where the rain earlier last hour coming through Moyock this morning. They've had some showers there. Here is Merlot. Oh, the Merlot camera went down again. But last check of the Merlot camera, just a little bit of water that had washed up to the over the dunes, but nothing major. And that's what we're expecting again today. So not expecting too much, but again, a coastal flood advisory is in effect because of this potential for some overwash with high tide today. And again, you see the radar there with those little showers that are spinning on shore at times. That's how we're going to be having things all day long. All right, so what's going on with these two areas? We showed you this earlier. Here's those two areas of development that we are watching for development. One in the Caribbean, south of Hispaniola this morning. It's got a 20% chance of developing into something tropical, and it's going to move towards the southeastern Bahamas over the next couple of days. But upper level winds are supposed to get to a point where they're not going to be very conducive to development. This system that's about 350 miles east-southeast of Windward Islands, also a 20% chance. It could see some slow development in the next couple of days, but then the upper level winds, again, are supposed to limit what development happens with that over the next couple of days. So we're still not to Wanda yet on the list. That's the next name on the tropical cyclone list this year, but we're still not close to seeing any development. And again, our area that we've been watching the last couple of days offshore of us has finally lost any potential of becoming a tropical system. So that's the latest on the tropics here on OBX Today on this Monday morning. Well, you know what? Let me go back. Let me just quick go back. That's here's what the models are looking at. There's what's left of our low offshore. We get that satellite in it. Here's what the models show with what was left of this thing. It's just going to kind of meander around over the next week or so. Actually, maybe skirt by Bermuda as a low. If the winds will pick up. That's one thing we're just not seeing. Here is the one that's about 250 miles east of Windward Islands. Not really expected to do much as it drifts closer to them. In fact, that's 93L. This is 92L. They haven't even given an investigation number to that area that's over the Eastern Caribbean. That might change later on today. So that's the latest on the tropics. That's the latest on our weather situation. Again, a couple of folks asking in the chat this morning about the Hatteras Ocracoke Ferry. Not running this morning as of now, but we'll keep you posted on what's happening with that as we get through the day. And we got more OBX Today coming up here with you on this Monday morning edition here on Facebook and YouTube. And more of that is coming up after this.
Get ready for the Dare to Scare 5K and Sweet Treat Fun Run on Saturday, October 23rd. Sponsored by the Dare County Center. The 3.1-mile course begins at the Coastal Studies Institute, winding through Psycho and along the trails ending at the Dare County Center. This is a rain or shine event, with all proceeds benefiting the Dare County Center annual toy drive. So get ready for the Dare to Scare 5K and Sweet Treat Fun Run on Saturday, October 23rd. For more information, to register, or to volunteer, go to www.darenc.com/DC Center.
And welcome back to OBX Today for this Monday. The latest on a rather, I want to call this odd story, and only odd because the circumstances and the nature of how the information we've gotten from the Coast Guard has come out over the last couple of days. We have the Coast Guard has been searching, along with a number of other groups and law enforcement and such, have been out trying to find a couple of people that disappeared in Ocracoke Inlet. That's the initial report we got about an overturned canoe about 4:15 or so Saturday. Coast Guard Sector North Carolina got a report via 911 that there was a capsized canoe on the north end, off the north end of Portsmouth Island in Ocracoke Inlet with two people on board. Now, a third person, it turns out, was on that canoe. That was not initially mentioned by the Coast Guard in their news release that came out Saturday night. A member of the group called from a cell phone to report they had capsized, but only had 1% battery life remaining on the device. The Coast Guard subsequently lost contact. The Coast Guard helicopter crew from Air Station Elizabeth City launched the search, along with a special purpose boat out of Station Hatteras Inlet. North Carolina Wildlife Resources law enforcement also joined that search, and members of the National Park Service as well. Yesterday morning around 9:54, the helicopter air crew out of Elizabeth City located a conscious male survivor alongside a green canoe about 2.8 miles offshore of Drum Inlet. That's on the opposite end of Portsmouth Island, 25 miles south of Ocracoke Inlet. Now, it did not say whether that was in the ocean or in the Pamlico Sound. With this northeast wind that we've been dealing with the last couple of days, there's a good chance that they could have ended up on either side of the island. So we're going to get some clarification, hopefully, from the Coast Guard today with regards to that situation. The survivor was hoisted into the aircraft and taken to Carteret Hospital down in Morehead City. Now, a second survivor, who originally made the call that they were in trouble, was found on Great Island by a Good Samaritan, at which point he reported swimming ashore and had last seen in person this 27-year-old woman who's now missing. Early morning hours of Sunday. The Great Island is about 30 miles south of Ocracoke Inlet and Cape Lookout National Seashore, all the way down in Carteret County. There have been a number of aircraft and boats from several Coast Guard stations in the region, along with other groups of Good Samaritans searching for this missing woman, and they were searching into the overnight hours. We've not gotten an update this morning as of yet, but as soon as we do, we'll pass along the info at obxtoday.com. Some other local news from the weekend. Actually, a story that we got up for you Friday afternoon when the word came out. Unfortunately, sad news on former Dare County Board of Commissioners member and former member of the Dare County Board of Education, Virginia Tillett, who is a longtime community leader. She passed away at age 80 after work Friday morning. Funeral services have been set for tomorrow. Tillett was, again, first elected to the Board of Education back in the 80s, in the 90s, and then served as a member of the Board of Commissioners from 2002 until 2014. She was recipient of numerous awards over several decades, including Dare County's Outstanding Citizen of the Year Award, the Outer Banks Chamber of Commerce Citizen of the Year Award, and the prestigious Order of the Longleaf Pine as well. Tillett was most recently recognized for extraordinary accomplishments and dedication to service and leadership by the North Carolina Black Alliance, which presented her with the 2021 Trailblazer Award back in April. And there's a video that was produced by Current TV that was posted back in May, and we've got that up for you at obxtoday.com if you want to watch that day. So Virginia Tillett passing away. Funeral services will be tomorrow at noon. Noon at Manteo First Assembly, and then a burial will take place at Haven Creek Baptist Cemetery tomorrow. Virginia Tillett, passing away at age 80 late last week. All right, latest on COVID-19 in North Carolina. First time hospitalizations dropped below 2,500 since August, in 2 months. That was reported on Friday. New cases down by half from the previous week, according to the state numbers released on Friday. We don't expect any numbers really released until tomorrow. Although today is not a state holiday. It is Columbus Day, but North Carolina does not observe it as a state holiday. But they were not expecting to have new numbers out today. After several weeks of surge, new COVID cases have been coming back down in North Carolina since mid-September. Vaccinations did increase for a few weeks throughout July and August. Because of the mutation, it's believed because of the fears of the Delta variant. But vaccine rates have been decreasing week to week since late August, according to the latest data. North Carolina now above 60% for the number of people who have at least gotten one shot or partially vaccinated, that is, according to the state as of Thursday. Let's see. Yesterday, saw this story come across in several sources and throughout the country. Raleigh, among them, Orlando, and several other airports, that Southwest Airlines had to cancel 80% of their flights on between Saturday and Sunday. Mass Southwest cancellations were reported over the weekend. Raleigh-Durham International Airport had 80% of its Southwest Airlines flights canceled. Southwest has a hub at RDU. Nationwide, the airline had canceled more than 1,000 flights as of yesterday afternoon, and an additional 500 flights were facing delays. And Southwest canceled more than 800 flights Saturday and had 1,200 delays. Now, both days, the cancellation rates also were reported from Delta on Saturday, and American Airlines also had cancellations on Sunday. Southwest Airlines said that air traffic control and weather issues were the reason for the cancellations over the weekend, although there have been reports that there may be some other things going on here, but that the company has only confirmed that, and the FAA said the flight delays and cancellations were due to severe weather and air traffic control staffing issues had only occurred for a few hours Friday afternoon. But RDU told the News Observer that the reasons for cancellations and disruptions can vary. So it's not immediately clear what was going on with all those number of Southwest Airlines flights being canceled. We're not having reports of that happening this morning. And UNC Chapel Hill is canceled classes for tomorrow. That's after there were multiple reports of suicides that have taken place since the start of classes this fall. Chancellor Kevin Guskowitz announced the cancellations in a statement Sunday night, saying that on World Mental Health Day, UNC would be taking a moment to reflect on the seriousness of mental health issues. Tuesday will be a wellness day in which students are encouraged to rest and check in with each other. Chapel Hill police records show 2 calls were made over the weekend to 911, one regarding an attempted suicide and another for someone who had taken their own life. The university said that investigations in both cases are ongoing. Police call records also showed 2 reported suicides in Chapel Hill in September, but no details were released. In fact, the details are expected not to be released because their the cases are still under investigation. So that came from UNC Chapel Hill yesterday. All right, more of OBX Today here on Facebook, and YouTube is coming.
We are at Dare County Arts Council in Manio, North Carolina, and behind me is our new courtyard. So on October 2nd, 2021, we had our soft opening of the courtyard, and the idea was to showcase a tasting of what's possible out here. We've had kids music, we've had theater performances, live music, We've had authors sharing from their books and speakers talking about their art today. It's felt like the community has come in and been gathering. We've had people flowing in and out all day, and there's been something for everybody. The future of the courtyard is hopefully to expand what we already offer. So we do lots of visual arts, lots of exhibits inside the building, but we're hoping to really focus on expanding what the Arts Council provides with more performance, more literary arts, more messy art, more big art. And we're hoping that people will come to us with ideas of things they want to see and bring as well. This building is a county building. It was an old courthouse that the Arts Council took over, but we work with the county all the time. Same with the town of Manio. It's a big collaborative thing, and we want everyone in the community, Manio, Dare County, to feel like it's a space that belongs to all of us to celebrate the arts and culture, and we certainly feel like Manio is a hub for that on the Outer Banks. Manio is the most amazing town. First of all, just the fact that this is a walking downtown community makes this space just amazing. And we want to encourage more and more people to come, enjoy, and experience the arts. This is the perfect space for it. We just want to put word out that if other people have ideas for what we could do in this space, we'd love to collaborate with other organizations, other groups, and other artists to bring art to this spot.
And we're back here on OBX Today on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Sam Walker as we wind things down on this Monday morning. New report out from the state regarding visitation numbers for 2020. And it turns out that and we talked about this last week a little bit with the impacts that COVID-19 had on visitation in the major metropolitan areas of North Carolina. Of course, the Outer Banks saw record visitation, or near record visitation, or is seeing record visitation this year. But last year, numbers were way up. Despite losing 2 months of the season because of the closures due to the COVID-19 pandemic, while the state saw a 31.7% drop overall in tourism spending, Dare County posted a 2.2% decline. And according to the Outer Banks Visitors Bureau, that's impressive because we had that 2-month closure. $1.4 billion Dare County's total tourism spending last year. The figure ranks Dare as the 4th largest tourism destination in North Carolina. Only Wake, Mecklenburg, and one other county, Buncombe County, posted ranked ahead of Dare County. 3 destinations actually ranked ahead of Dare County posted 2020 declines of 51%, 42%, and 35% respectively. So while their dollar figures stayed ahead of Dare County, their percentages from the year before really went down. Lee Nettles, executive director of the Outer Banks Visitors Bureau, said in a statement it was one of the most challenging years they faced on the Outer Banks for our local tourism industry to accomplish what it did despite the closure. State-mandated capacity limits and the operational changes forced by a global pandemic is nothing short of remarkable. A study also reported 11,803 tourism-related jobs in Dare County last year. That's nearly a third of the county's population. Local tourism and visitor spending generated $123 million in state and local tax revenue. The study also showed that only 14 counties in North Carolina saw gains in visitor spending. That included Currituck and Terrell counties. Visitors to North Carolina generated nearly $3 billion in federal, state, and local taxes in 2020. That represents a 26.6% decrease from the previous year. State tax receipts were down 26.4% to $891.6 million last year, while local tax receipts from domestic visitor spending went down 21%. Direct tourism employment in North Carolina decreased 26%. 20 counties had increases in employment related to visitor spending. That includes Currituck, Dare, Terrell, and Terrell counties. here in the Northeast. Each North Carolina resident, according to this report, saves an average $170 in state and local taxes as a direct result of visitor spending. So we got details from that report and a link to it at obxtoday.com. And as we wind things down, there was a turtle that showed up at Avalon Pier on Friday. That the guys out there, the gals at the Avalon Pier helped, that ran into trouble. It was a Kemp's Ridley, which is a rare to see one come up shore. But the Kemp's Ridleys are the most endangered in the world. Nest posting that a juvenile Kemp's Ridley was spotted struggling in the surf by a fisherman on Avalon Pier Friday. She called the Nest hotline, and the pier staff called too. And one of their hotline operators immediately sent out a call asking volunteers to go to the pier and check things out. Turtle was close to shore, but just out of reach of folks on the beach. The turtle had been circling the pier a couple of times and been pushed out and then dragged in by the tide. And Peggy C. and MJ arrived and asked for help from people on the pier, hoping the turtle could be captured with drop net. And Kevin from the pier grabbed the net. And by the time the turtle was mid-pier, too far away, but Kevin kept an eye out, was eventually able to pull the turtle up in the pier's drop net. And then the turtle was checked out, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, they took him over to the Star Center, call him an Avalon. Took him over to the Star Center, the Sea Turtle Assistance and Rehabilitation Center at the North Carolina Aquarium for medical care. And they've got a webpage set up to track the latest on Avalon and with all the turtles that are in rehab over there. But we got a link for all that at obxtoday.com. You can see some photos of that Kemp's Ridley, getting juvenile Kemp's Ridley, that the folks over at Avalon Pier helped, along with Nest, get taken care of. All right, let's see. A couple of other things to mention. Just a couple of high school sports things. The Anchor Bowl between Northside and Southside scheduled for tonight in high school football. 2 soccer games locally, Currituck at Camden, Perquimans at Gates. And nothing on the local volleyball scene tonight. Bertie and Gates, the only actual local match, was on the schedule this morning. Then it's Columbus Day. A lot of teacher work days going on today. Even though, again, today is not a state holiday, it's a federal holiday. So if you do business with the State Employees Credit Union, they are open today. Keep that in mind. Post offices, no mail delivery today. Federal offices closed, but the state and local offices are all open. But we did have some teacher work days today around the area. OBX Today Weather Center forecast. We're going to see the clouds still around. We're going to see a slight chance of showers, spotty showers. It's going to be breezy, a high 76. North winds 15 to 20 on the North Beach, gusts to 30 at times. They'll be even higher on Hatteras and Ocracoke. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of a shower and breezy, a low 67, with north winds of 15 to 20, gusts to 30. Tomorrow, another slight chance of showers, partly sunny, high 76. Winds will be backing down a little bit, still 15 to 25. And Wednesday should be sunny and 76 with a north wind 10 to 15. Thursday, sunny, 78. Friday, sunny and 80. Saturday, sunny and 81. And then Sunday, mostly sunny with another chance of showers and 75. I talked about it last week. We might finally start to see some fall kind of weather starting to get here next week. Looks like we're going to get another week of Indian summer weather above normal temps, and then we'll finally see some real fall stuff the following week, hopefully. Coastal flood advisory again. We do have the potential for a little bit of minor overwash at time coming up with the high tide, which is around midday today. Did you mention their coastal conditions? We do have a small craft advisory. Seas 5 to 8 feet, 2 to 3 foot waves in the sound. It's a high risk of rip currents. Don't even think about it. Water temperature still in the mid 70s. High tide at 12:21 at Oregon Inlet. Sunset tonight at 6:31. Sunrise tomorrow at 7:06. And currently overcast with some spotty showers and 68. And that's going to do it for OBX Today here on this Monday morning. Back with you tomorrow with another edition on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you head over to Best of the Beach at obxtoday.com. Get those nominations in. One more week to go for the nominations. So make sure you're getting those done, all right? We will see you back here tomorrow morning. Have a great Monday, everybody.